Imagine going to the UK without needing a high salary job, without years of experience, and in some cases, without complicated requirements that most visas demand. And yes, you can even take your family with you. It sounds exciting, right? But there is a catch that most people don't understand, and if you ignore it, you could waste your time and money. In this video, I will explain everything you need to know about the UK temporary worker charity worker visa step by step in a simple and realistic way. So make sure you watch this video till the end. Let's start with the basics. The temporary worker charity worker visa allows you to go to the UK and do voluntary work for a registered charity. Now, here is the most important thing you need to understand. This is not a job visa. You will be working, but you will not be paid. Yes, the work you do must be unpaid because this visa is only for voluntary charity work. A lot of people misunderstand this point and think they can earn money on this visa, but that is not true. Now let's talk about the reality. Many people see this visa and think it is an easy way to enter the UK, but it is not that simple. You cannot do paid work, you cannot just switch to any job, and this visa is temporary. So this option is only useful if you have a proper plan. Now let's talk about eligibility. To apply for this visa, the first and most important requirement is that you must have a UK charity that is approved to sponsor workers. This charity will give you something called a certificate of sponsorship. Without this, you cannot apply for the visa. The second requirement is that the work you will do must be genuine voluntary work and it must be related to the charity's activities. You cannot just go and do any type of work. Now let's talk about money. You need to show that you have at least £1,270 in your bank account. This amount must be maintained for 28 days continuously before you apply. However, if your sponsor confirms that they will support you financially, then you may not need to show this money. Now let's quickly go through the documents you will need. You will need your valid passport, your certificate of sponsorship reference number, your bank statement if required, and your identity documents. If your family is applying with you, then you will also need proof of your relationship such as a marriage certificate or birth certificate. Now let's move to the most important part, which is how to apply. First, you need to find a UK charity that is willing to sponsor you. This is usually the hardest step. Once the charity agrees, they will issue your certificate of sponsorship. After that, you will go to the official UK government website and complete your online visa application. You will fill in your personal details, your travel history, and your sponsorship details. Then you will need to verify your identity. You can either do this using an app or by visiting a visa application center to give your biometrics, which includes your fingerprints and photo. After submitting everything, you simply wait for the decision. If you are applying from outside the UK, the decision usually comes within 3 weeks. Now let's talk about how long you can stay. This visa allows you to stay in the UK for up to 12 months or the time mentioned in your certificate of sponsorship, whichever is shorter. Now comes an important question. Can you bring your family? The answer is yes. You can bring your spouse and your children, but they must apply separately as dependents. Now let's clearly understand what you can and cannot do on this visa. You can do voluntary charity work, you can study, and you can travel in and out of the UK. But you cannot do paid work and you cannot access public funds. This is very important and many people get confused here. Now let me give you some honest advice. This visa is good for people who want international exposure, who want to experience the UK environment, or who have a long-term plan. But it is not suitable for people who are looking for immediate income or a quick settlement option. So before applying, make sure you understand your goals clearly.